It's a real regime almost.
Oh, hell no.
They're talking about me.
All I needed was one ball. The science of training.
And I know you don't think it's a sport. So you had a good relationship with Joe Weider.
Yeah, very, very good, yeah.
What was Joe Weider like? I mean, I hear different things about him, you know. I mean, obviously a lot of praise, you know, in obviously in bodybuilding he is, you know, the guy who really founded the sport in a way, right? He really started the whole thing, but I heard some things about him that were not so glamorous, you know. Some people accused him of many things, you know. Tell me about him, you know, from your perspective.
Yeah, well, my perspective, only good things. You know, it's in Holland we have an expression: "High trees catch a lot of wind." Is that the same expression in the US?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know, I see it with a lot of people around me. You know, over the years, like, and Joe, of course, was a very high tree. Like, and recently I've seen it with my good friend Tavi Castro. You know, he got a lot from a lot of people, and still a lot of people don't give him credit, and they're making him out for a lot of things. So, no, I personally, Joe has been really like a father to me, and I be really honest about anything in this sport, but I really can't say anything bad about Joe.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me get this straight. So you tore your pec, right? You feel like you're no longer going to be a big competitor, you know, like a dominant force. So you go compete for the WBF, and for that reason you got suspended from IFBB, right?
Yeah.
And then you were done with the I think WBF only lasted like a year or two, right? Like it fizzled out.
Correct.
And then you went back to Joe Weider, and he took you back in to his federation.
Yes. Yeah, I competed. I think I did another like 2-3 shows back then, but that was at the point. First of all, I never believed in it myself because if you have a pec tear, they did an operation and they did a good job. But when you really get shredded, and I'm the type of bodybuilder that needed to be really shredded, then you just see it. So I tried to came in bigger, but that was at the time that all the bodybuilders were getting bigger. So, and that was you know, that was not the type of physique that my body was doing very well.
So essentially, that one injury, right, a terrible injury, kind of put an end to your career as a competitor. How did you make a transition into being a coach? And I guess, do you consider yourself a guru, a coach? Like what was the official name?
Honestly, I do coach bodybuilders who like men's classic physique bodybuilders a lot, or not a lot, but I wanted to say most of my clients are not really even competitive bodybuilders, like mainstream people who are want to be fit and healthy and losing weight, and those kind of people. Yeah, it's a long story. Once I stopped bodybuilding, I wanted to do something completely different. So I went back to school and I graduated to the Dutch Photography Academy, the Dutch Academy for Photography in Holland, and that was like an education for 4 years. And I kind of left the whole sport. But after that, when I came back, I went to the FIBO, the big expo in Germany, and I realized that the whole market had changed, and that the bodybuilding, that what I was doing was actually appealing to a lot of mainstream. So and therefore, like I started like for a short time I had like a nutrition line. But I realized that most of the people, they were interested in my knowledge and the coaching, all that. And for that reason, I developed like an online coaching platform, themay88.com. And besides that, people wanted to be trained by me. So right now I am in our like own gym, our personal training gym. But yeah, I think it comes down to where I started with the story that basically bodybuilding, if you do it right in the right way, can be a really healthy lifestyle. And most of my clients are that type of people.